Chapter 60:24. Charlie hummed and said lightly, "But don't be too anxious. If you can't hone it in a few years, then 10 or 20 years will be enough. You don't have to worry about your old man's lifespan. I'm keeping him alive for another 20 years. And it's just a pill, so you still have time to study hard." When Steve heard this, he almost cried in fear. 10 or 20 years? If the old man lives another 20 years, he would have been over 70. More than 70 people have been receiving pensions for 10 years. And I haven't become a full-time employee yet. How can I still live like this? However, he did not doubt the authenticity of Charlie's words at all. So he lamented and said, "Mr. Wade, if you need anything from me, just tell me. As long as I can do it, I will do my best." As he spoke, he said in a humble tone, "I admit that I did have some selfish motives and some ulterior and dirty thoughts before. But please don't worry, from now on, I will never let you down. If Steve Rothschild has the slightest intention of disobeying you or being submissive to you, I will die without a burial place." Charlie hummed lightly, then stopped joking with him, and said seriously, "Steve, since you said so, I really need your help with something." Steve quickly blurted out, "Mr. Wade, please tell me. As long as I can do it, I will do my best. Please give me a chance to share your worries." Charlie said, "My grandpa is planning to evacuate all the businesses that can be evacuated from the United States to China. But those real estate and properties that cannot be evacuated from the United States will not be evacuated for a while. There will be no one to take over. As you know, real estate also needs to be well managed and operated to ensure that its value grows steadily. Those physical industries that are difficult to evacuate also need to be strictly controlled by someone to ensure stability and settle down in the United States. There is no manager who can take charge of the job alone. So I hope you can help take over these industries and do agency operations." "Oh," Steve breathed a sigh of relief and said quickly, "Agency operations are simple. You can ask your grandpa to arrange people. Sort it out, and those that you can't take away and are unwilling to sell can be handed over to me to operate on your behalf. I will definitely try my best to maintain them." Charlie said, "Steve, you can't do it just by trying your best. You have to give me an order. For the real estate I hand over to you, you must at least ensure that I make 10% profit every year. For the business I hand over to you, if it is profitable, you must guarantee an annual growth rate of no less than 10%. If it is not profitable, you have to turn it around within a year." "How much more?" Steve was dumbfounded and said subconsciously, "Mr. Wade, the rental-to-sale ratio of high-quality real estate in the United States is almost the same now. It's only about 30. After conversion, the annualized rate of return is only 3 to 5%. Extremely high-quality projects can't even reach 10%. And the companies that cannot be taken away by an family must be traditional companies or manufacturing companies, industry, or the traditional service industry. How can these industries now guarantee an annual growth rate of 10%? As for the unprofitable ones, it is even harder to say. Even the Rothschild family has many industries that do not make money or even lose money. And there are some industries where it is impossible to make money no matter how hard you try. How can I achieve such good operating results for you?" Charlie said casually, "It's okay, you can just add what's not enough. What's the big deal? You are now the legitimate first heir of the Rothschild family. What does this little money mean to you?" "I'll add more." Steve felt dizzy in his head. Subconsciously he said, "Mr. Wade, you don't do anything like this. You asked me to help you run the business. I'm willing to not let you pay me nothing. And I'll do my best to serve you. But you set such a high-performance standard. Then let me make up the difference. Isn't this blackmail?" Charlie said calmly, "Yes, I'm just blackmailing you." As he said, Charlie said again, "Steve, you have to know that I am blackmailing you because I think highly of you and give you a chance to show your sincerity and show your strength. Guess what? It's such a small thing. Why don't I just ask Helena to call your old man?" Charlie asked back, which made Steve's heart skip a beat. He subconsciously asked nervously, "Why, why?" Charlie snorted coldly and said, "If your old man handles this matter, he will definitely not say a word of nonsense. If he handles it beautifully and makes me have the urge to cooperate for a long time, maybe I will do it again. Like sell him a pill, but if I have anything to do in the future, I will ask him to do it. I dare not say anything else. The first thing I can guarantee is that you will definitely go in front of him in the future. When the time comes, your old man will preside over your funeral. The first heir only has a name left." Steve was so frightened that he broke out in a cold sweat. Ever since Helena sent medicine from Canada to cure Simon, Steve had hated Charlie like crazy. But now, he suddenly realized that Charlie had invisibly controlled his father and his own fate. If he really continued to provide his father with that magical elixir, maybe he would die in front of his father. Just when Steve was horrified, Charlie said calmly, "Steve, the reason why I leave this matter to you is to give you a chance to see if you are worthy of me continuing to maintain a substantive cooperative relationship. If I give you the chance and you don't use it, then I will bet all on your father."